Right? What's up with y'all? Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Right? So I've been listening to these podcasts and, other people TikToks and they little channels and stuff. And, there's some good debates and good, topics on there and everything. But one that piqued my interest was a guy was saying, that a woman had, her and her husband was married. They did over 20-something years. The kids was grown, going off to college. And she just up and decided to hit it. Right? So, now all of a sudden, after almost 20 years of marriage, fighting a good fight, fighting against a man and this, that, and the third, or however you want to call it, or however you want to look at what y'all been through together, right? So, this is my opinion on when men or women decide to just up and leave, right? In some situations, you was already looking for an out anyways from day one. But it was something about him or her that was keeping you in. Now, in my opinion, for some females, they just in because they like, you know what? I'm going to give this a chance. I'm not really attracted to him like that. He alright, but he ain't my number one go-to choice. And if I ever get my number one go-to choice, I'm gone. And then when you go to the gym, I'm like, I'm going to start going back to the gym and get my figure right. So now all of a sudden you're down at the gym and you get your figure right. Right? So now all of a sudden you got a little 4-pack. You done put on a little weight. Now all of a sudden that little booty poking out and everything and stuff. You know what I mean? So now all of a sudden a couple dudes checking you out. You know what I mean? They don't care that you're 40, 45 years old. All they looking at is that you kind of cute and you got a nice little fat one. You know what I mean? Whether it's the front or the back, they looking at either the kitty cat or they looking at them titties. If it's the back, they looking like, dang. So you going to the gym, you getting stares, dudes breaking their necks trying to look at your look. You know what I mean? So you purposely doing your makeup, eyelashes, and you're purposely putting on super tight things to show off how fat that kitty is. Thinking like, oh yeah, this cute guy named John down at the gym, he really be looking at me and I like our conversations and I'm really getting to know him and everything, right? So now all of a sudden, you're already really not interested in your husband like that. So now all of a sudden, you're getting your kitty back right. So now all of a sudden, you're doing your little Kegels, you're drinking, you're eating right, you're detoxing your body and everything and stuff like that. You're barely letting your husband get some. He probably get to play with that thing probably once a month now, twice a month. You know what I mean? And then when you do try to give it to him, he probably too tired and everything and stuff like that. So you like, all right, shit, better for me. So now all of a sudden, you're sitting here, you're running around at the gym, you're going out to the little, me and my girl's finna go grab a drink. And now all of a sudden, you're wearing super tight clothes that you never used to wear. And you used to say it's because your body wasn't right and everything like that. But you wearing them now because you getting a couple of eye raises and head turns from a couple cute guys. You know what I mean? So now, you know what I mean? But it's just this one guy at the gym named John who he tall, he handsome, good hair, he a couple years younger, he got a nice little 6-pack, and he fit the image of the guy that you was looking for when you were 15 years old. And you had an image in your head, and you all of us got an image in our head of who we want from the time we was 15 or even younger. When your kitty got wet for the image of the guy that you want, that's the guy. A dude, when you're get hard for the image of the woman that you want, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is because a lot of dudes will look at Beyonce, J-Lo, and everything like that, and they'll be like, dang, you know what I mean? So now all of a sudden you get with them. But now you're not prepared for their attitude. You're not prepared for the fact that they got a little bit of, I'm going to speak my mind because that's who I am. You know what I mean? You was allowing that to happen in the beginning when you got the cheeks. Now all of a sudden you got the cheeks and it's just like, I got the cheeks. It's nothing special no more. You know what I mean? So now all of a sudden she's sitting here barking at you and you sitting here looking like, man, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't finna put up with this for the next 20 more years. But anyways, so now all of a sudden you're down at the gym. You finally bump into him. You get up the courage. Maybe you start a little argument with your husband, and now all of a sudden he ain't taking out the trash, and you find any and every little reason to start an argument with him. Upon you starting this argument with him, you doing it just so you can have a reason to be mad and have a way to communicate with John. So now all of a sudden you go back down to the gym, you're throwing a little hissy fit and everything like that, and John just, hey, yeah, how you doing today? You know, I noticed, you know what I mean? You know, this, that, and the third. So now all of a sudden you're gonna play the little role like you so frustrated and this, that, and the third, right? So now John comes over, he started talking to you, you start explaining how now all of a sudden you can't lift this weight and this, that, and the third, and you know, you just frustrated at home and you know what I mean? You just come down here to blow off some steam and everything like that. So now, for the next couple of weeks, you and John are talking, you're kicking it and everything like that. The only thing in John's head is, damn, Becky got a fat ass. Excuse my language, because it might be kids watching. But anyways, you know, Becky got a fat one. So only thing John want to do is look good, flirt with you, and try to clap your cheeks. You don't know this. All you thinking is you trying to find somebody to replace your husband who you're not interested in no more, who you haven't been interested in the last 15 years. You just been forcing yourself to be interested, and now that the kids are out the way, you have no reason to feel guilty if you're ready to divorce your husband. And most people stay in a marriage until the kids go off to college, and then all of a sudden, right out the blue, they get a divorce. So now your kid in college like, man, I thought my parents had the best marriage in the world. So now all of a sudden, John telling you everything you want to hear because all he want to do is clap your cheeks. He don't care about your husband. He don't care that your husband is not taking out the trash. Guess what? John ain't finna take out the trash either. You know what I mean? John ain't finna wash the dishes. John ain't finna help you pay for that college tuition either. John only want to clap your cheeks. So right now, it's just lust between you and John. You got this young hot dude telling you the baddest thing in the world. He giving you communication every day. He's listening. He's coming up to you and he's telling you like, oh, I remember when you said this and that you like this. And you looking at him like, wow, you really listen to me. My husband don't even listen to me. Like, he can't even remember the last time he bought me roses and blah, blah, blah. So you telling John everything that you hate about your husband right now. So now guess what John is doing? John is asking you to go out for lunch. John is buying you flowers. John is helping you with your workout. John is telling you you're beautiful every day. Now all of a sudden y'all exchange numbers. So now you secretly sneak texting John. John still don't care that you got 2 kids off at college. John don't care that you got a mortgage and you got a car note and that you're running a business. And John don't care that your husband is not talking to you. He happy that your husband is not talking to you and taking care of home, because guess what? Now this is a way for John to slip on in there and give you some of that D. He just want to find out how good this little 40-something-year-old kitty is. Right? So, long story short, you end up letting John smash. Upon you letting John smash, John liking it, right? You making a little bit more money than John, so you're doing a little bit more because you want to take care of John. You want to make sure John stays and don't leave you for some little young hot piece of tail that's down there at the motherfucking gym that's always in John's face. So now all of a sudden, John tell you he's struggling to be a trainer and this, that, and the third, and he can use $5,000. So guess what you do? You loaning John $5,000. You and John clapping your cheeks now, and maybe he give you 20 more minutes than your husband does. Maybe he got 1 or 2 inches more than your husband do. But at the end of the day, John is just doing a little bit better than your husband, but John don't love you like your husband's going to love you. Right? So all of a sudden, John just sticks in there long enough to be able to convince you to give him that $5,000. John convinced you to stick in there long enough to help him get a car. John sticks in there long enough for you to be able to, do all the little freaky things that he ain't been getting in the last couple weeks. You know what I mean? So now all of a sudden, guess what? You divorce your husband. John don't care. John not finna get ready to propose to you in the next couple weeks. You know what I mean? John not depending on deciding that he finna come and live with you. So guess what you do? You end up breaking up with John. You end up breaking up with your husband. Or you get into a big fight and you kick your husband out and this, that, and the third, right? So now John just clapping your cheeks and you just loving it. You thinking you and John finna run off into the sunset, and now all of a sudden you start talking about John. You want to move in? Hey, John, I was thinking, this, that, and the third. And John like, whoa, hold on now. Like, I wasn't, I wasn't ready for all that. I want to just take it slow right now. You know what I mean? And you looking like we've been just doing all this crazy shit for the last 3 months. What you talking about? Like, I done left my husband and everything like that. You done told me that you love me. John was just saying that because he just wanted to keep clapping them cheeks. So then you go ahead and you do that, right? So now you done kicked your husband out. You told him you want a divorce. He found out about John. He know John clapping your cheeks now and everything like that. 6 months after you kick your husband out the house, you and John break up. John ain't with this and John ain't with that, and now all of a sudden John had moved on because one of these little cute little chicks that's only 27 years old with a better or a nicer body than you, then just hit him up like, hey, what's up? I'm feeling you, John. So now John finna say, forget this 45-year-old. I'm finna leave and go to this 27-year-old who can give me kids and we can grow old together. And we can have fun, we can drink and smoke, whereas you, 45, you got your business together, you got your head on straight, you ain't out at the club and partying and drinking and smoking, where John, he still want to party and drink and smoke like he 20 years old again. So now all of a sudden you and John break up. Now you're mad because John just broke up with you and played you like a fool. Where vice versa, the same thing for men. You run out here, you get in shape, you lose 50 pounds, you cut your hair down and everything like that, or you fix your hairline, and all of a sudden, little Kiki, all she see is money. Kiki don't care that you got a big one. Kiki don't care that, all she sees is the fact that you an older man, you got money, you stable, and you can give her a place to stay, and you can help pay her bills until she get done partying. Because all these chicks out here that sit up here saying that they want a man to take care of them is because they out here, they running around, they playing, they partying, they doing all this stuff, they not getting their shit together. So now all of a sudden they like, dang, I'm out here, I'm sleeping on my cousin, I'm sleeping on my girlfriend couch, like I gotta find me somebody that's gonna look out. So guess what? The dudes her age ain't looking out. The dudes her age ain't trying to give her a place to sleep and this, that, and the third. So guess what she gonna do? She gonna fuck with you. Old man John. Old man John gonna give you a place to lay down, because guess what you doing? All you gotta do is just give him some kitty once or twice a week. You've been busting the kitty open damn near every Friday for all these losers who ain't even willing to give you a place to sleep. And all you got to do is bust it open once or twice for John. And John going to pay your car note. John going to pay your phone bill. John going to give you a couple dollars to, do this, do that. You know what I mean? So now you jump out the window because you got this little hot little tenderoni, you know what I mean, telling you that she love you, telling you that she want to be to have your babies, and tell her that she want this, that, and the third, and you sitting here thinking you the man because you got this little hot little 25-year-old telling you she can't get enough of you. And she only telling you that because she just need a place to live right now. She telling you that because right now ain't nobody willing to pay her bills. So you gonna eat it up. So now all of a sudden you start picking fights with your wife. Now all of a sudden, you're getting mad for no little reason, so you can sneak out the house and go meet up with her. So once you start sneaking out the house to meet up with her, you're clapping her cheeks. She's doing all this freaky stuff that you only can fantasize about. You couldn't think in a million years your wife would have let you did this, that, and the third to her. You done watched a few pornos and you was just like, man, Your wife ain't let you hit it from the back in months. Your wife ain't let you pick her up and bounce her around the house in months. Your wife ain't let you go outside and bend her over the balcony in months, in years. Now all of a sudden this little 25-year-old letting you bang her in the shower, do her outside on the balcony. You got her up on the hood of the car. Y'all sneaking in the dressing room at the mall where your wife ain't willing to do none of that. So now you got your head geeked up. This little 25-year-old got you feeling like you the man, like your nuts bigger than what they is. So that's what you do. And now, not just one, you end up getting lucky and catching another little 25-year-old who got your head. So now you got 2 or 3 little young chicks, got your head geeked up, thinking that you the man. So you like, man, forget this, man. My wife boring. My wife don't do nothing. She always bitching. She always this, that, and the third. But you're not looking at the bigger picture, John. So now all of a sudden you jump out the window, you leave your wife, and you're running around and you're smashing these little young chicks. And then all of a sudden, when your wife take you for half of everything, and now all of a sudden you ain't got the money that you was getting. So now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? You still ain't retired yet, but at the same time, money's slowing down. Maybe the business is not booming like it once was. So now the money's starting to dwindle. But guess what? Look, Kiki and Erica still got their hand out. They still begging and asking for money. And you like, dang, every time you turn around, I need my bills paid. I need this paid. If you ain't willing to do it, then I can't fuck with you no more. Guess what? That one Saturday night, that thing gonna get hard. And you gonna just say F it, and you gonna go pull $200 out the bank and tell her, man, hey, come on through. And every time you turn around, you pulling out 200. You know what I mean? Every time y'all go out to the club or to the bar or out to eat, you paying for everything. Now all of a sudden I need my hair done. I need my nails done. If you ain't gonna get it, then why am I messing with you? And blah, blah, blah. So now all of a sudden you starting to realize that, damn, why every time I turn around, I gotta pull out my wallet and pay for this and pay for that. You ain't going to work, shorty. You ain't doing nothing with your life. Right? So now all of a sudden you tell her you gonna cut her off. That you ain't finna keep shelling out $200. You ready for a relationship, or you ready to make her your main little thing. So upon you telling her that you gonna make her your main little thing, she like, oh, hold on, no, I ain't ready for all that. I thought we were just having fun for right now. And you tell her, well, you know what? I'm a little older and everything like that, man. I'm ready to, take things to the next level. I move fast at my age, you know what I mean? So she tell you, nah, that ain't what I'm looking for right now. And now all of a sudden you realizing, like, all this whole entire time she was lying to you, geeking your head up, telling you that y'all was gonna be together, telling you that y'all was gonna be a... telling you that y'all was gonna be together and that she was falling in love with you and everything. She was just telling you what you wanted to hear to keep that little money rolling in. Right? Because upon you just shelling out your little money, guess what she got in her back pocket? She got another simp in her back pocket also shelling out $200-$300 for every time she needs something or wants something. So think about it. A female look good, got a nice body. She got 2 or 3 old heads and maybe 1 or 2 simps, young dudes, cashing out on her. And when I mean the young dudes, it's the young dudes that's out here who they selling a little drugs, they making a couple little bucks off scheming motherfuckers and doing little check frauds and check scams and shit like that. So they got a few of them in their back pocket. So she got at least about 5 different dudes she letting clap your cheeks, and she getting money out of all 5 of y'all. So now all of a sudden you look on her, you look around and you look on her Instagram page. She out there going to the Bahamas and going to Tahiti and all this stuff with her girlfriends and shaking her tootie shoe. You know what I mean? And you wondering like, what the hell? Like, you told me you was broke. How you got money to go out to the Bahamas and to Tahiti and all this, and go to India and all this stuff? So then maybe one night her phone ring, one of her little thirsty dudes is just blowing up her phone, and she over there drunk, knocked out, and you look at the phone, it's the same dude, Steve. Keep calling. Like, dude, why he blowing up your phone at 2 o'clock in the morning? Steve blowing up that phone because that's one of her side pieces. So when you realize that, and now all of a sudden y'all break up, now all of a sudden you sitting out here because the other little 2 chicks been broke up with you. So now you trying to hold on desperately to her, and she breaking away. So now all of a sudden you sitting here looking at yourself and you wondering like, dang. So you sitting here thinking that you still the man. So you going out back to the gym, you going out to the clubs now, you trying to dress a little younger and everything like that, hoping that you can catch another little couple of young chicks and everything. But then you realize all of them want your money. And you just getting frustrated every day that, dang, every time I try to talk to one of these little chicks, they always talk, what can you do for me? Like, you gonna pay my bills? And you want to smash the little chick so bad that you willing to go ahead and pay her bills, and you telling her, okay, I'll pay your card note. How much your card note? My card note $175. All right, how much is your cell phone bill? My cell phone bill $100. That's $275. All right, how much is your nails? My nails is $100. I get those done every other week. All right. My hair $200. So now you cashing out dang near $600 a month on this chick. And just to keep her happy. You shelling out $600 a month, if not more, to help keep this chick happy, because that's just to help her out. Then you got to think about the times where you got to take her to the bar and take her out to eat, and, you know, maybe y'all finna go clothes shopping and everything like that. You know what I mean? So you probably going to be shelling out almost close to motherfucking $1,500 messing with this chick. And you shelling this out every time you turn around, you shelling this money out. So now all of a sudden John realized that Lil Kiki wasn't doing nothing but using him for his money. So now after they break up, he go through a little drought. And now all of a sudden he ain't getting no action. You know, he tried to holler at a couple of older chicks, and these older chicks out here running around trying to be little fast little tails they damn self. And if you're going to go run back to an older chick, you might as well just stay with your wife. So now you stuck. So now guess what you do? You start hitting the gym a little bit more. You try to dye your hair. You try to look younger. But everything that you're doing ain't working. So now all of a sudden you sit here looking stupid because your wife then moved on. She done found her a nice, not younger, but a nice dude who looked better than you and better shape than you. He got his shit together and everything like that, and she happy. And guess what she doing? She's starting to go back to the gym and get her body in shape. So now you're seeing pictures and photos of her, and she looking hella good. And the new boyfriend just beating the cheeks up. He just beating the cheeks up. So now you trying to hit her phone like, I miss you and I want you back and let's make this marriage work again. And she just like, no, I'm pretty happy because my new dude, he got at least 3 more inches bigger than you. He at least 3 inches taller than you. He a little bit stronger than you. I'm happy. So now all of a sudden, even your ex-wife don't even want to take you back. So you just ran around on your ex-wife with 3 little young chicks who done left you in the span of 6 months, all because you decided to stop paying their bills. So for all you young people out here who thinking y'all just want to have fun, y'all just doing y'all. So the dudes are running around chasing after these chicks. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to, if you're going to do 20 years with somebody, you might as well just stick it on out. You might as well just stick it on out and everything like that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, for you females, yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for y'all to just go out here, and y'all going to definitely have dudes that's going to want to clap your cheeks. Don't get it twisted. So y'all let me know. But yeah, y'all females, y'all definitely gonna have dudes that want to clap your cheeks. But at the same time, for your older women, for your young girls who think, oh, I can do better than you, yeah, you probably can. But at the same time, the dude that's in here telling you that, oh man, I can give you this, I'll do this for you. Yeah, he'll do that just so he can smash and clap your cheeks. And then once he clap your cheeks, then guess what? Once he say no and no and no, he ain't gonna care, because all he wanted to do was smash your cheeks. For some of you chicks, yeah, y'all cute, y'all got a big booty, but at the same time, some dudes, they just want to smash. So y'all females run out here saying that y'all can do better. They just want to smash. So y'all let me know.